that that's what the real mindset is? That's the kind of song.
I'll put him on hold. Charlie, he's saying the income tax is unconstitutional. We didn't get it till 1913. What's your take on that?
Well, I don't mind paying tax. I mean, I don't mind paying, there's no taxes in the jungle, as they always say. I don't mind paying tax, but I don't like paying exorbitant taxes, and I think we should have a lot more say about how they're spent.
I don't like our money being used against us.
I think we should have a flat tax across the board, and, no deductions, no nothing. The IRS is way too big. Don't need that many people up there doing that. Give us a flat tax where you can figure your own income tax. 10%, okay, fine. Here's 10% of this, that, send it in, and be done with it.
Well, that's the big thing about the income tax is that you can go to 50 CPAs. Money Magazine's done this. You get 50 different answers. It's written so they can claim you did something wrong. Let's talk to, last caller, Lauren in Ohio, a 770 AM listener. Lauren, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, just want to say, bless you. The reason we shouldn't have any tax on the fruit of a man's labor. What does our Declaration say that the government was being developed for? To protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. God is the creator. The one that creates is the one that has the right to control. He gave.
No, I hear you. Do you have a question for Charlie?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the solution. But we have to stop obeying these people when he's talking about being afraid of the Supreme Court.
I hear you. I hear you, and I appreciate your call. Well, it's going to come to people saying no and stop complying. Charlie, we've got a minute left. Any closing comments for America out there listening?
I'd just like to say I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to meet you long distance here, and I've really enjoyed the show, and I enjoyed talking to your listeners. And you're doing a great work. Keep it up, and just inform. Keep people up with what's going on, and because there's so much stuff that you're not getting on the mainstream media. And let's fight this thing. I mean, I'm here. Y'all are there. Let's just let your voices be heard today. How you feel? Don't do it in the local workplace.
You're right.
Wherever you are,
you're right.
Let your voice be heard.
We can do this together. We can turn this country around. Look at you taking time out to fight tyranny. Charlie Daniels, thank you so much, sir, for the time. CharlieDaniels.com. All right. God bless you. We're going to come back with calls, a ton of news, and a lot more on the other side. That was Charlie Daniels. We twisted his arm into a whole hour. We'll be right back. Stay with us for the big news and information. The last few callers wanted to talk about how the income tax is a fraud. We don't screen your phone calls unless I say we're taking the calls of farmers or police or auto workers that we're covering a specific subject and want their expertise. But obviously, if I say we've got 2 minutes, I want to take 2 calls, quick question, you then can't start a minute diatribe and expect Charlie Daniels to answer. So instead of just asking a quick question and getting something in, people just start running on. Then they get mad at me, and I feel bad. I'll guarantee you, when this video goes up on Prisonplanet.tv and on my websites, I'll see comments like, there's Jones, cutting them off when they were asking an important question. It's a break. I skipped the last break that drives the network crazy. I can't skip local breaks. Those belong to local stations. But I skip network breaks all the time. I've skipped a break. That's like coming into an aircraft carrier with your, no fuel. You got 1 pass to land. I got 2 minutes left. I try to go to your calls, and then you just start going into the whole history of the income tax being a fraud. I'd already mentioned that to Charlie, but we're bringing Charlie along. He's waking up to Agenda 21, to the New World Order, not just kind of mainline right-wing politics. We're waking him up. And so he doesn't know what you're talking about. That's why I would preface it and say, did you hear about that where they said the returning veterans are the #1 threat? He had heard of that, so he could talk about it. He didn't know what you were talking about. It's like Agenda 21. He was saying, I didn't know about this till recently. Somebody, a filmmaker, contacted me to be in a film about it. I went and researched it on the UN website, found out it was true. And again, we've been on in Fredericksburg for 17 years. I know that filmmaker contacted me to be on. That's the type of thing I love to see. Probably somebody we woke up. A film I didn't even appear in. Just like Aaron Russo kept begging me to be in America Freedom to Fascism. And I'm not bragging saying, oh, hey, look, I'd have been in this or I'd have been in that. It's just funny how busy I get because there's just stacks of interview requests in there I just turned down. And then I realize, wow, I'm probably blowing it. So I'm going to tell the Behold the Pale Horse folks, if they want to put out a second edition, I'll be more than glad to be in it because I've been watching clips of it. Wow, talk about good. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. And so there's your endorsement right there. And then I think about America, Freedom to Fascism that reached tens of millions. Was a blockbuster for liberty. I'll talk about a who's who. That's who's in that film. I want to carry that thing. By the way, that guy's emailed us and contacted us over and over again. And, of course, now we can't even find his contact. So if the director wants to come in here in studio, get a hold of us right now. We want to have you on. But continuing, if you just joined us, we had Charlie Daniels on. The type of thing that irritates me, though, is that I know I'll be criticized for hanging up on those callers or putting them on hold as if I was censoring them when I wasn't. There wasn't time to do a treatise on the income tax. There wasn't time to go into that. We have constant guests on exposing it. It is a fraud. It's unconstitutional. But we didn't have time. It'd be like if you had to be at work in an hour, you couldn't go to a matinee 2-hour movie. Got to be at work in an hour. It takes 30 minutes to get to work. Can you watch a 2-hour matinee? No, you'd end up being 2.5, 3 hours late to work. You cannot do it. Like I saw a comment in the article about FEMA camps. And the reason I'm covering this is it deals with people's lack of deep thought. And the article, Leaked U.S. Army Document Outlines Plan for Re-Education Camps in America. And this is the big issue. But there's like 450 comments in there. And half of them are saying, yes, we're accurate, and you know, here's some more documents. And then another 25% are saying, yeah, it's pretty bad. I hope we can back this off. But the other 25% are saying it isn't true, even though all the documents, links, screenshots, PDF, highlighted areas are right there. And then another group in there are saying Alex Jones didn't give credit to who first broke this. And I know how Watson is. If somebody else covers it, he always links to them. Especially because in case it turns out to be not totally accurate, somebody else did it. So I called Watson up this morning. I saw a few of these comments. And I said, where'd you get that originally? And he said, an email. One of our listeners pointed out it was in Defense Department websites. And I said, yeah, okay, well, thank you. Just so I could certify, it was somebody made a video mentioning it. And that's the whole point, is then we see it, or Charlie Daniels sees it, or Ron Paul sees it, and then we cover it. We're not, every time I get amateur activists on, all they want to do is thank all their friends and everyone else like it's an Academy Awards ceremony. We're not here to just constantly obsess over who covered what first or who knew what first. And I saw the person commenting said, Alex Jones never gives credit and never helps other activists. Really? Infowars.com and Prisonplanet.com is the mothership of bringing other people on and waking other people up and having candidates on and researchers and activists and filmmakers and people taking action. That's what we do. And it isn't that I don't like being criticized. I don't care. It upsets me to just see that kind of trolling, swarming. We've got FEMA camps being set up with massive MPs being trained and private contractors in billion-dollar contracts every few months to prepare to turn the camps on. I've never seen this happen. They've taken them out of mothballs they had set up at old bases. They're firing them up. And 25% of people in the article are saying we're making it up. Not quite 25. And a few percentage points of those are complaining about who reported it first. That is insane. That is crazy. When all we do is link to other people's videos. When all we do is promote everybody else. It's amazing. This isn't about being big stars. This isn't about getting attention. The only reason I want to get more attention is the bigger I get, the better chance I've got of not being killed. See, it's not the way you think it is. It's when you are small and exposing corruption at point-blank range within the organization itself, they come after you. And I'm just so tired of the infighting. I'm so tired of all the mindlessness. It's just so pointless. Like, I don't mind being attacked by people because it actually just advertises us. I had somebody last week run these Google ads, a big Google ad attacking something I was selling. And it tripled sales of the product. And that's the way God takes attacks and turns them into something good. And I was like, oh, they must have run out of money. I wish they would have continued that. The reason I'm against being attacked is because those people are spending their time doing something that is a waste of time. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I could sit here and plug stuff every hour. The last 2 or 3 days, I've hardly plugged anything, even though that's how I fund my news organization, my reporters, my webmasters, the customer service people, the researchers, the accountant, the writers, you know, all of it. But then God does things like somebody attacks me thinking that when they run a Google ad, making up stuff and lying about the ProPure water systems, then that just tripled sales when their ad ran. Tripled sales when they ran a disinfo piece attacking the ProPure filter that I could sit there and plug every hour if I wanted to. I've done the test. I've looked at them. I think it's the best filter out there. Quite frankly, we don't carry some of the other filters because they would break in shipment and the people wouldn't try to refund it. We had all sorts of complaints. Something that was really good, we started getting complaints about. So for a year, I didn't promote anything until I tested stuff myself and said, I like this. And does it mean it's the best thing in the galaxy? No, it's the best thing I found. The storable food company we've got. I bought from 3 or 4 places. MSG, additives, crud, tasted like garbage, was old. Finally found a place that, was the biggest, the oldest, the best, the newest food. That's who I promote. Does it mean I'm perfect? No. I promote what I believe in. I promote the InfoWarsTeam.com with the best vitamin and mineral supplements I've found that we've seen real results with. You saw Aaron lose 90+ pounds. It's not even a fat loss program. I promote what I believe in. Does that mean I'm perfect? No. But let me tell you, I get offers every day. Not even every day, every hour. They had like 100 offers in there for advertisers. And I'm like, I'm too busy. I got to go do the nightly news. And I'm like, can you just, this is like a week of stuff. It's like 100 offers. You have to approve the advertisers. And the problem is, if I can't research an advertiser, I don't take it. Not because I don't think they're good. I have to use something. I have to believe in it. I have to get into it before I'll promote it. Let me tell you something. There is almost no one in radio, TV, or print that does that. I could call up Time Magazine and put ads in there for any amount of baloney I wanted. They take the ad. No questions asked. This place, but then you get attacked for what you advertise and sell, and you think, man, I might as well just sell people crud. But I go, no, that's the devil.